Hello, hello, and welcome to Voices of Women Summit 2026. I'm your host for this track, Jeniffer Takagi, and I have Carrie West with me today. And we know each other, but we can't figure out how because we've passed on interwebs. Like we've been on Zooms together. I'm quite confident at some place. I love this topic, money rewritten. Before I turn it to you, I just have to tell a quick story.
Please.
2 years ago, almost three now, Kimberly Crow called me and goes, "Hey, will you go to Spain with me?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll go to Spain with you." And she goes, "For a month." And I went, "Nah, I can do that." And I had several friends, and we've done it now 2 years in a row. We spent the month of October in Spain. And they said, one friend said, well, I'm not you. I can't afford that. And then an entrepreneur was like, "Yeah, I can't do that. I couldn't afford it." And I was like, I used my affiliate commissions from affiliating other people and promoting things that other people are doing and literally paid for my half of the apartment for a month. So it wasn't even like I used my real money because to me, affiliate money is like bonus money. And so, like these stories we have around money. They are deep and they are dark, and I'm still working on clearing them out. So clear some more. I'm planning on going back to Spain again. So clear some more. Let's have more come in.
Well, first of all, thank you. And thank you for everyone that's joined us. This is one of my favorite topics. Last year, just before the summit, right after the summit, my book, Life Rewritten, launched. And that became an award-winning #1 international best-selling book. And Life Rewritten talks about the overview of the messages that we get in life. I knew after writing it that you had to look at specific areas. And I thought, you got to look at money next because money affects everything. It affects your health, it affects your relationships, it affects your career, it affects your choices, it affects your parenting, it affects your partnering, it affects everything. And so I started taking apart the messages we receive about money. And it first of all became clear to me that we have forgotten that money is simply an exchange of value for value. And we have made it the end all and be all. We chase after it. We want it. We demand it. We expect it. We worry about it. We fear it. What would we do if we got that big windfall? What do I do? You know, and it gets triggered at life events. When you get married, when you get divorced, when you have a baby, when the baby goes to college, all these things trigger a money story. And what's the first thing that happens? Can we afford it? Do I have to save for it? If one more person says, "Can I afford that?" I'm going to scream. The
Or
language,
I can't afford it,
I
right?
can't
Like both
afford it.
those.
It's the money language we use tells you the story. And what it comes down to is the emotional baggage that we carry around money. This emotional baggage that we say money will make me better, prettier, smarter, more popular, less popular, more trusting. People will try to use me. If any of these phrases, think about your own. Think about what's going through your mind right now when you think about money in your life. When you get the email from the bank saying your credit card statement is available online, do you just delete it? Do you panic? January and April are the two big panic months when it comes to money. They will
Mm.
show you every money you store you have. And how many here, raise your hands, have delayed paying your taxes, have filed for and gotten an extension because you can't deal with, I got to get tapered. Ah.
Oh, it's my husband's fault. He always
Yeah,
delayed, delayed, delayed. I'm like, just pay the
exactly.
taxes and move on. I want roads, fire
Exactly.
department, and police department. So just pay the damn taxes.
Exactly. Exactly. And here's just to give you my story briefly. I grew up dead poor. We didn't have food on the table sometimes. We went through a period where I lived on iceberg lettuce and pasta, and we got invited to our cousins for a cookout, and I ate 3 hamburgers just because I wanted meat so badly. And We never knew where the money was coming from. And my mom used to brag that she could stretch a dollar from here to the end of the world. I am now living in a $1 million home in Santa Barbara, California, surrounded by so much wealth and abundance. And I did that because I gave up their story that I inherited from them, that they inherited from their parents, that they inherited from their parents. And it just, it it grows. It grows. People pile on. And here's the other truth. It's not just for people like me who didn't have anything growing up. Wealthy people have taken my master classes on money rewritten. I got a call from a woman just this week, a, a multimillionaire person, and she said, "Your class helped me get out of debt." And I thought, "What?"
You're in
She's,
debt?
I know. She said, "I carry debt. I carry debt because I've been ashamed of my good fortune to have so much money.
Wow.
I feel guilty about it when people around and let's face it, in our country today, we have so many people that are struggling. They can't afford housing, they can't afford a vacation. They're one expense away from whatever. Then you have others. I mean, are we tired of all the stories of all the billionaires traveling around the world and spending money on Birkin bags and whatever? We the division, the difference between those that have those that don't. There's no middle ground. There's no middle ground. And it all comes down to it all affects us. And we think if we don't have that much money, we must be fill in the blank. Or if we have that much money, we should give it away. We should. So this can you feel the mishigash and the stuff that even exists right now in me talking? And we
Extreme
live this way.
anxiety.
Yeah, and we live this way every day. This is our go-to position. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. So I wrote Money Rewritten because I'm stopping it. I, I look, last year, my husband said to me, "You're going to owe 10 grand on your taxes. I hope you have it set aside." I said, "I have it set aside." My taxes came in, I got back $12,000. Because I said, I'm not going to worry about it. I set it aside, file the taxes, I'll pay it when you're done filing. He called me. I'm in my office doing something, and I dropped it. I forgot it. I didn't worry about it. I thought, you know, no big deal. He calls me. He said, "I found some deductions you didn't tell me about. You're getting 12 grand back." So that's a 22, in my mind, that's a $22,000 windfall because I got my my stuff back. And it was incredible. Can I answer this question that I'm seeing in the chat?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. How did you stop reacting to the stories that held you back? That great question, Mary. Thanks for asking.
That's brilliant. I'll tell you, it's going to sound very simple, and the impact it has is incredible. I call it micro moments of change. Micro moments of change. Whenever
Okay.
you have that moment of, like I said, every January and April, it's off the charts where credit card statements are coming in and you get that email saying your statement is ready and you go, you clench, right? Or whatever you do. In my body, I clench. I used to have so much, my jaw had so much gnashing of teeth at night that the dentist had to build me a double retainer because was gnashing so much, the grinding. And when you get that, when you have that physical reaction, look, your body is like an I Ching. It will tell you exactly where you are. So when you have that reaction, you either clench, you turtle, or you breathe, or you get just an upset stomach. You stop and recognize that reaction as an old pattern. It is starting to trigger chemical reaction. Yeah, mine, my next difference. I used to be a turtle, Mary. My it triggers a chemical reaction in your brain because when you have an emotion, that will trigger a chemical reaction in your brain, and it fires your amygdala and your cerebellum, which are the old parts of your brain that we used for fight or flight mode from our ancient ancestors. That then triggers your adrenal glands that are above your kidneys, and the adrenaline starts flowing through. Over the decades of worrying about money, your brain has gotten accustomed to those chemical reactions. And your brain likes coherence more than anything. It wants the familiar. That's what really this is all about, is breaking away from the familiar, comfortable place you're in. So when you have that, here's the micro moment of change. You stop, take a deep, deep breath, and say, look, I trust myself. I know I can handle this. I've been here before, and I'm going to react differently. Take another deep breath and go on with your life. Open up the email or not, doesn't matter. It's dealing with that initial knee-jerk reaction that micro moment of change addresses. So just take a breath. And what
Oh
you
my
do,
gosh, this is great. Let me repeat this because I
sure,
think I got it all written down. I write really quickly.
you
Okay, I
do.
trust myself. I've been here before, and I'm going to react differently.
Yep, yep. And what you do is you rewire your brain. You stop the chemical flow because any emotion creates a chemical flow. You stop that and you start, yes, you start telling your brain, we're going to go a different way. I tell you, it works. It's worked for so many people I know. And then the kicker is if you can throw in a bit of gratitude and say thank you. Thank you for the notification. Because here's the other thing. Here is the other thing. I am so grateful to that the banks trust me by giving me credit cards because they know I'm a responsible person and I'm going to pay them back. You shift the perspective. You're shifting the story. You then become the powerful person in that story instead of money dragging you down. Money doesn't exist. We don't even use cash that often in our culture anymore. I mean, I went to a store and tried to pay cash or something, and the woman kind of looked at it and she said, "This is only my first day here. I don't know what to do with this." They
I
did
don't know how to handle it.
I know how to do credit cards. I don't know how to do cash. Okay. And gave her my credit card. But you are in charge of your story. Don't let money take that power away from you. And when you can say to the bank, thank you, you trust me. You have given me my credit card, knowing that I'm a responsible adult and I'm going to pay you back. That changes you. It puts you in the driver's seat.
This reminds me of when I was in high school, and when I would get ready to leave, my mom would go, I want you home by midnight because after midnight the drunks get drunker, the dopes get dopier, and somebody will hurt you. So it was never that I was going to be the one out drinking, that I was the one that was going to hurt somebody. It was that somebody would hurt me. And I can count on, two fingers the number of times I came home after midnight because after midnight, drunks get drunker, dopes get dopier, somebody will hurt me. That's a trust factor. And when you trust someone, they try to live up to it. You tell a kid,
Yes,
trust you'll do the
yes.
right thing. It's fine. The kid will try to do it. So I love that you're telling us, I love that the bank trusts me. Well, now I have to be responsible because
Yeah.
the bank
I'm s-
trusts me.
I'm so grateful. And adding gratitude really disarms it. Disarms everything. Disarms everything. So I I I invite people to shift their perspective and build a new relationship with money. Because your relationship with money, if you think about your friends, the people you're friends with, you're not afraid of them. You don't worry about them. You don't call them every day and say, "When are you coming? When are you coming? When are you coming?" You don't say, "I haven't seen you in ages. How come you don't call me anymore? Why aren't you here?" If you did, you wouldn't have any friends, right? Well,
Yep.
think of money as your friend. How would you treat your friend? You won't worry about it. I know you're gonna Yeah, sometimes you get busy and you don't call me right away. Sometimes it seems like you're never going to show up in my account again, but it always does. If you think about it, we have the money we need. Now, it gets triggered when we think about, I want to start a business, I want to get in a relationship, my kid is going to college, my kid is leaving college and wants to move home. I'm having a baby, I'm getting divorced, I'm retiring. You know, life events trigger all this worry about our money. And that brings up our money stories. And that's when it's absolutely vital to focus on that relationship with money. Because I guess many of you can probably tell I'm not in my 30s anymore. And
Me either.
I know I've made some incredible life changes. I stopped every other source of income I had just to focus on my books and to get this stuff out there. Boy, did I take a leap of faith. And boy, did it trigger every money story in the world. And, you know, I just said, nope, I know I'm going to practice what I teach everybody. And I could not be happier a year into this. So I invite any of you, there's my micro moment of change. I just said something very vulnerable. I invite all of you to practice this. And even me with everything, all the steps I've made and how far I've come. You know, I too got the letter from the IRS saying, your tax statement, you know, you did this and you have to claim that $12,000 you made this year. You know, you have to claim the money they pay you back. And I went, yeah, okay, we can deal with it. But I had to have that micro moment. Even now, it happens. It happens.
Our CPA made a mistake on our taxes. I think it was our 2020 year, maybe, and they did not report my income at all. Like they completely left it. I sent the paperwork, and we're still getting notices after, once the error was found that they didn't do it right. And every time we get something, my husband freaks out, and I'm like, Bill, the CPA is handling it. All we're supposed to do is send him the letter and he'll handle it. Like, I'm not going to lose a minute's sleep over this. And
Yeah.
every time my husband's like, oh my God. And I'm like, number one, it's not that much money, a couple $100. It's not going to, like, we're not going to miss a meal because of it. And I'm grateful for that. But even if we were, we're not paying it because we don't owe it. So don't like just let it go. So I love your free gift. I'm going to click the link. We're just going to drop it in the chat and make sure that it works because every now and then something weird happens. I am going to get access, instant access to.
Jennifer, did we lose you? Oh no.
I'm here.
Oh
I'm here.
good. Okay, you froze a
Yeah.
little bit. I know my camera's washing me out for some reason, but
I
you're
all of a sudden it says my internet's unstable. Who knows? Um, I'm going to get your free gift and I'm also going to get your 45-minute money rewritten masterclass. So when you click the link and get the free gift, put in the chat and let us know that you got it. Because
yes.
things happen. Things happen. Make sure it works. It looks like it works for me. If you're not VIP, it's time to upgrade. Like, have you not upgraded yet? You get all the other speakers that are speaking right now.
Yes.
And you get all the VIP gifts, which that's way over worth the price of admission. I don't know how many thousands and thousands of dollars of gifts are in there. Oh, good. Got it. Got it. Perfect. Thank you so much for
Excellent.
letting me know.
Excellent. Excellent.
Um, my next speaker is somebody equally fabulous. I've had a whole day of speakers. Let's see who's up next. Olga, Alex Eva. I know you, Olga. Why didn't I like trip on your name? From Gray to Glow, the Wise Woman Path to Success and Intimacy. So that'll be fun with Olga. And I'm here all day. Like, it's so much fun. Carrie,
Can I plug one more thing?
yes, and give final last words for sure.
Okay. All right. First of all, I'm going to plug my book. Get the book,
Yes.
Money Rewritten. The cover is amazing. And you can pre-order it on my website, carriecasey.west.com, or it'll be on sale on Amazon next Tuesday. And I just want to say, I have seen people have miraculous shifts when they started viewing their money as a friend instead of the enemy. So think about it. Think about your relationship with money and know that you can change it.
Thank you, Carrie. This has been wonderful. I'm Jennifer Takagi, and I'll see you on the next on with the next speaker, Olga, in like 6 minutes. I'll be back.
Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Jennifer. I'm going to figure out how we know each other.
We're gonna, and if not, we're gonna make it happen.
Absolutely. We know each other now.
We do.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Bridget.